African savanna animals have cool ways of finding love. Think about lions. They're all about showing off their strength and roaring to attract a mate. Then there's the cheetah, zooming around at top speed to impress potential partners. Each animal has its own special tricks for finding love and making baby animals to keep their species going strong. Let's dive into the awesome ways these creatures find romance in the wild. Without further ado, let's get started.
Lion mating. It's not uncommon for lions to engage in multiple rounds of mating in a day. But a lion couple in the Kingdom of Rwanda has taken it to the next level. The newly coupled lion and lioness have been seen mating over 100 times a day for the past 4 days, which is a staggering display of animal passion. Once the female is ready to mate, the process can be quick and intense. The male lion will assert his dominance through biting and scratching, and the female will submit to his advances. It's a raw and primal display of animal behavior that has captivated observers for centuries. But what's even more interesting is that lion mating can involve multiple males. In some cases, a female lion will mate with multiple males to ensure the survival of her offspring. This behavior, known as polyandry, is relatively rare in the animal kingdom, but is common among lions. Cheetah mating. Cheetahs are not only fast in speed, but also in sex, as their coupling period lasts only 20 to 30 seconds. The world's fastest land animal sure is fast. These big cats become sexually mature between 18 to 23 months of age. Male cheetahs will follow around females in heat for days, engaging in all sorts of charming behaviors like scent marking and yowling until the female is ready to mate. And when the moment finally arrives, it's over in a flash. Blink and you'll miss it. During this time, the male will engage in behaviors such as scent marking and vocalizations to attract the female's attention and signal his intent to mate. Interestingly, cheetahs have a unique reproductive system that allows females to conceive even if they only mate once during their estrus cycle. This is due to the release of multiple eggs during ovulation, which increases the likelihood of fertilization and pregnancy. Hyena mating. Have you ever heard of a female animal with an 8-centimeter in length penis? Well, these fascinating creatures have unique anatomy, unlike anything you've seen before. Female hyenas have large external genitalia that resembles a penis. Hyenas use their pseudopenises not just for peeing and mating, but also to show dominance over other females. It's like having a secret weapon in the animal kingdom. Female hyenas are the dominant sex. During the mating season, male hyenas will approach a female who is in heat and attempt to mount her. If the male is persistent and manages to mount the female, he will need to navigate her pseudo-penis. This can be a difficult process, as the female may clamp down on the male's penis with her pseudo-penis, making it difficult for him to withdraw. In some cases, the male may even be injured or killed during the mating process. Leopard mating. Did you know that leopards can mate up to 100 times a day? That's right, these big cats have quite the appetite when it comes to reproduction. During mating season, which typically occurs in the rainy season, male leopards will roam their territory in search of receptive females. Once a male has found a female, he will follow her closely, sometimes for several days, until she is ready to mate. The mating process itself is brief, lasting only a few seconds, but it can occur repeatedly over a period of several days. Interestingly, female leopards have the ability to control their own fertility. They can hold on to a male's sperm for an extended period of time before fertilization occurs. This helps to ensure that the female will conceive during optimal conditions, such as during a period of abundant prey. After mating, the male and female go their separate ways. African wild dog. Mating in African wild dogs is a complex process that involves several stages. The dominant male and female individuals within the pack typically mate and produce a litter of up to 20 pups. Once the female is pregnant, the pack will take on a nursery role, with members caring for the pregnant female and her pups. After the pups are born, the pack will help care for them, regurgitating food to feed them and providing protection from predators. In addition to their unique reproductive system, African wild dogs also engage in a behavior called social monogamy, which means that the dominant male and female individuals will form a pair bond and remain together throughout their lives. However, this does not necessarily mean that they are sexually exclusive, as they may mate with other pack members as well. Overall, mating in African wild dogs is a complex and social process that involves cooperation and support from the entire pack. Black mamba mating. Mating in black mambas is a competitive and intense process. During the spring and summer months, males will search for females to mate with. However, as black mambas are solitary animals, finding a mate can be a challenge. When a male does find a female, he will engage in combat with other males to compete for mating rights. These fights can be violent and even deadly, with the snakes using their powerful bodies and venomous spites to gain the upper hand. Once a male has successfully defeated his rivals, he will mate with the female. The mating process itself is brief, lasting only a few seconds. After mating, the male will leave and have no further involvement in raising the offspring. Female black mambas will lay a clutch of up to 17 eggs in a protected location and then leave them to hatch on their own. Black rhino mating. During mating season, rhino females will often actively resist mating attempts from males. This is because male rhinos can be aggressive and may harm the female during the mating process. As a result, female black rhinos will often run away from males or even charge at them to ward them off. Mating in rhinos can be a complex and sometimes violent process. Male rhinos are known to be very territorial and will fight with other males to establish dominance and mating rights. These fights can be incredibly aggressive and can even result in serious injury or death. When a male rhino finds a receptive female, he will typically approach her slowly and sniff her rear end to check if she is ready to mate. If she is receptive, she will remain still and allow the male to mount her from behind. Successful mating is crucial to ensuring the survival of these magnificent creatures in the wild. The African buffalo mating. During mating season, male buffaloes engage in intense battles for dominance, using their large horns to fight and establish mating rights. Only the strongest males are chosen by females for mating, and mothers may even abandon their young if they sense that they are not strong enough to survive. Mating is a difficult process for African buffaloes, also known as Cape buffaloes, due to the challenging life they lead in the African savanna. Being one of the primary prey animals for predators such as lions and crocodiles, they must constantly balance the need to reproduce with the risk of predation. Furthermore, female buffaloes must protect their young from predators while also searching for scarce food and water in the savanna. Despite these challenges, the strong social bonds and protective instincts of African buffaloes have enabled them to persist in their harsh environment. Giraffe mating. Mating in giraffes is a unique and fascinating process, which involves a number of strange and interesting behaviors. One of the most notable aspects of giraffes' mating behavior is their violent courtship ritual, known as necking, where males use their long necks to swing their heads and hit each other with powerful blows. This behavior is not only used to establish dominance over other males, but also to attract females. Once a male giraffe has established dominance, he will follow the female, sometimes for days, until she allows him to mate. Interestingly, male giraffes have been observed attempting to mate with other males, a behavior known as homosexual mounting, which suggests that their sexual behavior may be more complex than previously thought. Giraffes' mating behavior is just one example of the fascinating and sometimes strange ways in which animals have evolved to reproduce and pass on their genes to the next generation. Elephant mating. Male African elephants reach sexual maturity between the ages of 12 and 15, while females reach maturity around 10 to 12 years of age. During the mating season, which can occur at any time of year, males become more aggressive and territorial and will engage in courtship displays known as musts to attract a mate. When a female elephant is ready to mate, she will emit a high-pitched vocalization to let males know that she is receptive. The male will also display other courtship behaviors, such as extending his trunk and wrapping it around a female's trunk, or touching her hindquarters. If a female is receptive to the male's advances, she will respond by lifting her tail and allowing the male to mount her. The mating process can last anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes. After mating, the male will stay close to the female to prevent other males from mating with her. Crocodile mating. Crocodiles have unique and fascinating mating behavior. Mating usually occurs in the water during the dry season, when the water levels are lower and more concentrated. The male crocodile will approach the female and start to rub his head and snout against her body. He will then try to get on top of her and hold her down, sometimes resulting in a violent struggle. Once a female is attracted, the male will mount her from behind and engage in copulation, which can last anywhere from a few minutes to over an hour. After mating, the female will lay her eggs in a nest that she has built on land, which she will fiercely defend from potential predators. Interestingly, the sex of crocodile hatchlings is determined by the temperature of the nest during incubation. If the temperature is high, more males will hatch, while a lower temperature will produce more females. Flamingo mating. Flamingo mating behavior is a beautiful and unique spectacle to witness. Male flamingos gather together in groups known as flamboyants and perform synchronized displays to attract females. The displays involve elaborate movements, including head flagging, wing salutes, and marching in unison. Once a male has caught the eye of a female, they begin to engage in preening each other's feathers, a behavior that helps to strengthen their bond. The male then proceeds to perform a dance where he walks around the female with his head held high and wings extended. If the female is receptive, she will call out to him, and they will stand side by side, their necks entwined. After mating, the pair will work together to build a nest out of mud and twigs, which they will use to lay and incubate their eggs. Flamingos are monogamous during the breeding season, meaning they form pairs and mate with the same partner each year. Zebra mating. During the mating process, male zebras will often bite the necks of females. This behavior is thought to help keep the female still and prevent her from running away. Female zebras often engage in a behavior called teasing, where they will approach a male and then run away, enticing the male to chase after them. This behavior may help females to choose a strong and healthy mate. Once a female has mated, she will carry her foal for around 12 to 14 months. When the foal is born, it is able to stand and walk within minutes. One of the biggest threats to zebra foals after birth is predation by lions. Lions are the primary predators of zebras, and they will often target vulnerable foals. However, despite the risks, zebra foals have a relatively high survival rate, with around 50% of foals surviving to adulthood. Ostrich mating. The mating rituals of ostriches are a spectacle to behold, with females being incredibly choosy in their selection of a mate. The females put the male through a rigorous test of his stamina, leading him on a chase where he must keep up with their impressive speed of 40 miles per hour. Ostriches are known for their unique and elaborate mating ritual. The male ostrich will perform a dramatic dance to attract a female mate. If the female is impressed with his performance, she will join in the dance and the two will mate. During the actual mating process, the male will mount the female and rapidly move his tail feathers up and down while making a booming sound. This helps to stimulate the female and increase the chances of fertilization. Ostriches are known for their monogamous mating habits, with a pair usually mating for life. Warthog mating. Mating in warthogs occurs throughout the year, with no specific mating season. Males will approach females with a series of grunts and chatters, often following them for extended periods of time until the female allows mating to occur. Interestingly, warthogs have a unique reproductive adaptation known as delayed implantation. After mating, the fertilized egg will float freely in the female's uterus for several months before implanting into the uterine wall and continuing development. This allows warthogs to time the birth of their offspring to coincide with periods of optimal food availability, which can vary greatly depending on seasonal and environmental factors. During mating, male warthogs have also been observed engaging in aggressive competition with one another for access to females. This includes physical fights, such as pushing and shoving, as well as vocalizations, such as grunting and growling. Females may also exhibit aggressive behavior towards males if they feel harassed. Vulture mating. Vulture mating is not as glamorous as some other animals. It usually takes place on the ground and is a relatively quick process. The male will approach the female and start pecking her neck or beak, which is a sign of courtship. Once she is receptive, the pair will mate. Vultures don't build nests in the traditional sense. They are scavengers and often lay their eggs in abandoned nests of other birds, on the ledges of cliffs or on the ground. The female will lay 1 or 2 eggs, and both parents will take turns incubating the eggs. Interestingly, vultures have a unique defense mechanism for protecting their young. When threatened, the parents will regurgitate a foul-smelling substance at the predator, which can deter them from attacking. Vultures are also known for their excellent eyesight, which they use to locate carrion from great distances. Ant mating. The queen ant produces a special scent. This scent is a powerful attractant for winged male ants from other nests, who are drawn to the queen. The male ants that are attracted to the queen are enormous, similar in size to the queen herself. However, the journey to becoming a consort of the queen is not an easy one. The male must prove his fitness to the colony. The other ants, initially viewing the male as prey, must be convinced that he is a suitable consort for the queen. If the male is accepted, he will mate with the queen in the royal chamber. However, his time as a consort is short-lived. When his job is done, he retires from the royal chamber and dies. With this sacrifice, he will father several million offspring, ensuring the continued success of the colony. Hippo mating. Hippos have a unique mating behavior where the males will use their massive jaws to display aggression towards each other. They will open their mouths wide and make loud snapping sounds to intimidate their rivals. Once the dominant male has established his position, he will engage in a series of courtship behaviors with the female. These behaviors may include blowing bubbles, vocalizing, and touching noses. The male will also mount the female in the water, with both hippos submerging their bodies while mating. Interestingly, hippos are also known for their ability to hold their breath for up to 6 minutes while they are underwater, which is an important adaptation for their mating and aquatic lifestyle. Despite their aggressive behavior towards each other during mating season, hippos typically live in social groups of up to 30 individuals and have been known to display cooperative behavior in caring for young calves. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.